Hey guys, today I'm going to make some teriyaki pulled pork on the Weber Kettle. So let's get queuing. I've got a bone-in pork butt roast here. This one was, it's 6.28 pounds. It was $2.19 per pound, so the total was $13.75 for this. Kept the tag so I could tell you all that, give you the stats. Okay, last night I just pulled it out of the package. I put it in this 1-gallon Ziploc bag, and then I poured in some of this Mr. Yoshida's original gourmet sweet teriyaki sauce. Just, I don't know, half a cup, 3/4 of a cup maybe, and you know, just enough to kind of let that kind of marinate in that. And I kind of massaged it around a bit and put it in the refrigerator overnight. So it's been in the refrigerator overnight, and I just pulled that out. Now I'm just going to go out and get the grill started. All right, let's get the grill lit. I'm using the slow and sear to hold my charcoal. This is Royal Oak lump charcoal. That's what I use most of the time. That's a paper towel soaked in vegetable oil and just a little dab of lighter fluid to help it get going. And that works pretty good. I just light one end and then I'll let the charcoal burn its way across. Also, I'm going to add some water to this water reservoir. I guess a little moisture is good when you do pulled pork. And I also have a drip pan in this side to catch all the fat. If you don't have that, you can put some aluminum foil down in there, and that'll help catch all the grease and help with cleanup. The coals aren't smoking much anymore, so let's get this pork roast on there. That drip tray down there will catch the excess marinade, so I'll just pull it out of the bag and like this. There we are. Now that's mostly fat on that side, so I think I'm going to cook it this way with the meat side up, because I think that side tends to brown more, because I'm going to wrap it in foil after it cooks for a while. I'm also going to season this with some Johnny's seasoned pepper. This teriyaki marinade is fairly salty, so this Johnny's seasoned pepper has no salt in it. It's just pepper, sugar, red and green bell pepper, garlic, and onion. So I think this will go well with that. In fact, I know it will, because I've used these seasonings together with chicken and ribs before. I've never done this with a pork roast like this, with a pork shoulder, so or pork butt, but I think it should be good. Well, it'll be fun to try and see how it comes out anyway. All right, that looks pretty good. Now, just get the lid on there, and then I'll let you know how the temperature's running after it's been on there for a little bit. It's been about 20 minutes, so I'm going to adjust my vents now. Now the thermometer, the temperature reading was way low at first, and what I realized was my thermometer probe, it sticks out about that far inside the grill lid. It was touching the meat, so it was giving me a cold reading. So I had to move the meat towards the fire a little bit, and now it's fine. So temperature is about 325 degrees Fahrenheit. So I'm going to get it down to like 275 or 300, right in there. So my top vent is about half open. I'm going to leave it that way, and I'm going to start closing this one down. And like I said, I'm just going to keep adjusting it till it's around between 275 and 300. I'm going to try cooking it, you know, at that temperature for a while and see how that goes. It's been about 2 hours, and the grill's running about 300 degrees Fahrenheit. So let's take a peek at this. Oh, that looks nice. You know what? It looks like it's doing pretty good. I put the rest of that marinade that it was in this bowl. I'm just going to brush a little bit more on. And then looks like it's doing pretty good. So I think I'll just put the lid back on and let it keep cooking. And then maybe after another hour or two, I'll wrap it in some foil, and that'll help it get tender. So I think that looks good. I'm just going to leave it alone and get the lid back on there. It's been another hour, so 3 hours total now, and the grill's been running about 300 degrees still. So I think I'm going to try to wrap this in foil now. All right, looks pretty good to me. I'm going to see if I can flip it over. Ow, it's hot. Like this way. with the fat side on top. And I don't think I really need to add any extra liquid. I think there's enough fat in this that that'll just be enough. I'm just gonna wrap it like this. Ow, 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 ow. Very, very hot. That got over the foil. Let me grab some gloves here real quick. You never know what I'm gonna do here. Didn't think about that getting over the coals there. All right, and you know what I'm gonna do is, before I seal that up, I might as well dump in this last little bit of marinade, get that in the bottom of the foil there. And let's see if I can get this glove back on and wrap it up without burning my hand. And then, okay, that should be good. And now, I'm just going to add the rest of this charcoal so my fire will keep going. All the water is gone in my water reservoir there, so I'll just dump all that in. And like I said, it's been 3 hours. Hopefully that'll be enough to get this baby tender. I'll just get the lid on there and let it go, and hopefully it'll get tender in a while. It has been 6 hours, and the pork has been wrapped in the foil for 3 hours now. So 3 hours out of the foil and 3 hours wrapped up, and the grill's been running right around 300 degrees Fahrenheit most of the time. A little bit more, a little bit less, but right around 300. So for some reason my camera shut off before I was done talking, but what I was saying is, for pulled pork they say you want it to be about 205 degrees Fahrenheit internal temperature, and this is 188, so it's not quite that hot, but it feels pretty tender. And like I said, it's been on there for 6 hours, so I'm just going to wrap it up and let it rest, because I'm hungry and I think it'll pull apart. So I'm going to let it rest in the foil for maybe a half hour, and then I'm going to pull apart and we'll try it out. I noticed there's a hole in the bottom of my foil, so all the juice leaked out. Remember, I poured the rest of the marinade in the bottom, but it looks like it all leaked out. So I don't know if that's going to affect this or not, if it'll be drier or anything. So I'm just going to open it up and look. It's been resting for, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes or so, but it's probably awfully hot. I probably should rest it longer, but I'm impatient and I'm hungry, so I'm just going to get that out of there, and we'll see what happens here. Okay. Oh yeah, it's looked like it's going to come apart. Oh yeah, there we go. All right, that's pretty hot. Now I don't know how much marinade got into the middle part of the meat. Probably not too much. It's probably more, on the outer edges, but even if you season it, with just barbecue rub, that's kind of the same thing. So I'm going to go ahead, the bone came out, I'm going to pull this all apart, and then maybe I'll just add a little bit more of the marinade to it after it's all pulled. So let me pull this apart and then we'll try it. That shredded up fairly good. I probably could have cooked it a little bit longer, but I was hungry, so I'm okay with it. And you can't taste the sauce in the inner part of the meat much, so I'm just going to add a little bit in, mix that in. The outer edges you can taste it, but it really didn't penetrate the meat that much. But I think this will be real good if we add a little bit like that. I have some of these King Sweet Hawaiian rolls, so I thought those would go well with the teriyaki pork. They're kind of sweet. So I just put a little bit of mayonnaise on there and some of that pork. Let's try it out. That's a good combination. That pork on those rolls is really good. Guess Annie and I will be eating pork for a week. Hopefully Annie likes it. Otherwise, that's going to be a lot of pork for me to eat. Shoot, I don't think she even chewed it. I guess the answer is yes. Well, that was good. It's always fun to try something different. Anyway, I'll write everything in the description like usual. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.